What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Punch It Podcast. Today we have a very special episode for you, giving our review of SummerSlam 2025. My name is Jamil,
I'm Sid.
and we are here to give you our unfiltered thoughts. We're going to be trying something a little bit new this time, where I really want to lean more into our analysis and feelings rather than kind of just going on recap.
Yeah.
We had a really special time watching SummerSlam with Sid's family. It was really awesome to watch with a mix of people that know a lot about wrestling and people that are kind of experiencing things for the first time.
Exactly.
I kind of love that.
Our target audiences.
Yeah. And another really special thing is I believe it is officially the 1 year anniversary of when Sydney started watching wrestling.
Oh my God, really?
We didn't talk about that beforehand, but now I'm looking at the date. You started watching wrestling. Your first time watching wrestling was August 5th, which is today.
Yeah.
2024. So
Wow.
you've officially been watching wrestling for 1 year.
I've learned so much, you guys, and there's still so much I don't know. And it's been a journey, I will say. And I'm glad that we're doing this podcast now so I can record what I've learned over this past year and over the past couple months that we've been recording the podcast. I've learned even more since then.
For sure. Well, I'm really happy to see you. I feel like it's been such a fun thing to experience with you, and what a perfect time to kind of reach this milestone than SummerSlam, or what better time? I mean,
yeah.
So
wait. Did I see SummerSlam last year?
You didn't know. You started watching the first Raw after SummerSlam. You started watching the day after SummerSlam last year was your first episode of Raw.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, full circle. Here we go.
Full circle.
Year 2 of being a wrestling fan.
Yeah, maybe we'll also do like a special episode, like your favorite things that we've seen in the last year.
So true. I think the audience would love that.
Yeah. But anyways, so we want to talk about SummerSlam. I felt like it was a great show. I know that you enjoyed it as well. We had some mixed really great matches, really a couple of not that great matches, but we're going to get into all that. First of all, Sydney's going to just do a quick wrap of what happened the night before our 2-night SummerSlam on SmackDown, because some of it has some major repercussions for what we see on the show.
Yeah, just really quickly, it's been 4 days of wrestling. Friday, August 1st, SmackDown, SummerSlam on the Saturday and Sunday, and then Raw happening on Monday. That's a lot of wrestling, and I think almost every wrestler I know was somewhere in those 4 days of wrestling.
Yeah, they really put together a lot of content in these last 4 days.
Yeah, well done by everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on SmackDown on Friday, really quickly, these are some of the people that did not show up or weren't included in SummerSlam.
Didn't make the cut, basically.
Yeah, which is fine.
Mm-hmm. No shame. It's 2 nights. They have a lot of storylines and things going on right now.
I'm glad something in their storylines was on regular TV, right? Mm-hmm. So we have Julia versus Zelina Vega. Julia keeps her title as the women's U.S. title.
Mm-hmm. Julia has a new manager to kind of help her out because she can't really do promos since her English, or at least they feel like her English is not that strong. So they give her a manager to talk for her.
Sure. Los Garza versus Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. This was a very entertaining match. This is the Mexican League, and Los Garza keeps their title. I don't know, for the AAA World Tag Team title.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of Mr. Iguana.
Everybody loves Mr. Iguana. I think, I was very surprised because I don't think they promoted this at all, that first time AAA wrestlers are making appearances. I know that they had the pay-per-view where some WWE wrestlers wrestled with them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, first time on SmackDown or Raw, we're seeing them. Mr. Iguana lived up to the hype. So entertaining. I loved seeing it. I mean, I love wacky stuff like that.
So many questions. Yeah. Does the pet iguana stay in his mouth the whole time? What is the face painting, body painting process?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, and it's promotion because they're gonna have a AAA kind of Worlds Collide
Mm-hmm.
pay-per-view coming up,
That's cool.
and it'll be so
Okay,
it'll be cool.
looking forward to that. Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. Honestly, dude, could not care less.
Yeah, this is one of the storylines that's kind of been brewing for a while, but it kind of wasn't good enough to make the SummerSlam cut, and we can kind of see why. I mean, they haven't really been given a chance to have a real full-fledged match, but I don't know. It's whatever. I feel like I like seeing Damian Priest
Yeah,
in bigger
bring
stages.
my guy Damian Priest back to the headlines, please. Talatonga versus Jimmy Uso. Also, just this is kind of, I guess, in preparation
Yeah, it's like
for
promotion for the solo
this.
Jacob
Yeah,
match.
which happens at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
So, Talatonga technically wins, but Fatu comes in and interferes, and
Mm-hmm.
um, he's a good guy. Then lastly, just to preface for SummerSlam, we see John Cena enter the ring as a bad guy for what it seems to be the last time. He says, John Cena comes in and says that, I think it was also prefaced by him saying, like, when he was signing the contract, he didn't even want to fight Cody Rhodes in earlier episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody was like, we're doing street rules, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, street fight. Yeah.
Street fight, which I guess means a lot of like no rules, or nothing. There's no rules. Um, so John Cena comes in and this time on SmackDown and says what to Cody Rhodes.
He wasn't really talking. So he talks to Cody a little bit. So he tells Cody, you forced me to sign that contract. You've been, you basically put a fire under my ass, and
Mm.
I needed it. I needed that kick in the ass to kind of like make that realization and get back to what he gets at is like the old me. Like he's saying that he hasn't really been John Cena, which is what Cody Rhodes has been telling him.
Oh, really?
Cody Rhodes challenged him and said, I don't want to see this whiny guy that we've seen since WrestleMania. I want the real John Cena, the guy that runs to the ring, who's talking to the cameraman, who throws his hat in the crowd, and who wrestles with like honor and bravery and never gives up.
Yeah.
And John Cena basically said, "You're right. I'm gonna be that guy again." He passionately tells the audience, like, I'm going to end this the right way. And this isn't just for me. This is for you.
Right.
Which was the case all along, but John turning heel was giving the audience what they want. Everybody's been asking to see this for a while. But now let's end it the right way. The John Cena that we've all come to know and love for the better part of 20 years as this same never give up, never quit attitude, John Cena.
Right. And as somebody who has not started watching it who has only been watching for a year, and the past 5 months have been my only days watching John Cena, and he has been a heel the whole time. Heel meaning a bad guy. I I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know what good guy John Cena looks like, and I find it hard to trust.
I think, yeah, that was kind of the question. Is this real? Like when he was shaking his hand and they shared the beer together, is he gonna like low blow him? Like is he
Sharing a
pulling one
beer in the
over on him?
ring.
Is he gonna come out at
Dramatic.
SummerSlam and reveal that he was playing Cody this whole time?
Mm.
Where we do find out, it's very interesting that that's going to be the last match we talk about because it was the main event of night 2.
Yeah.
But yeah,
To be continued. But
yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what the whole thing was. They turn, or John Cena seems to turn face.
Yeah.
2 days before their big main event match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll get into that when we get to the end of Sunday for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
So shall we?
Let's dive right in. Let's talk about Saturday.
Yeah.
Our opening match for Saturday night 1 of SummerSlam was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus. Do you want to name them? Braun squared, Braun and Bronson.
Ron, BB Ron.
So, anyways, yeah, it was
Bronson Reed and
Braun
Braun
Breaker.
Breaker.
So yeah, the cousins, Jay and Roman, taking on Seth's faction, basically without Seth.
Yeah.
This has been like basically the main storyline of Raw. Like it's been closing every show,
Mm-hmm.
or at least since Roman came back a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Seth's team has been on this mission since WrestleMania to take over the company. That's what Seth has been talking about. Seth right now is injured. He has undisclosed knee injury. They're not saying what it is, but he's been walking around in crutches and a knee brace. So it looks like maybe they're pushing Braun and Bronson to kind of take over this top heel storyline.
Well, they're part of they're the henchmen of
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins, and they need somebody to fight as well as being like the top bad guys.
Yeah,
right
with Seth being the top bad guy, they as the henchman, they've been thrust into a bigger spot.
now.
Especially Braun Breaker has been built up to be extremely strong.
Yeah.
Since the end
spears.
of that.
He's throwing spears like
he's just handing them out like candy on Halloween. He'll spear you through the barricade, he'll spear you in your home. You're never safe from Braun Breaker. He beat like 3 of the top faces back to back to back in a gauntlet match until he lost to CM Punk. Like, yeah, he's being built up to be very, very strong. And Bronson Reed is stealing people's shoes and
he stole
Roman Reigns Jordans
shoes, and I don't know what that was about, but
yeah, it's just like he beat him up and then he jacked him, I guess.
Dang.
Like, yeah, they're just dangerous guys that don't play by the rules.
And what is Bronson Reed's finisher, or like where he's like physically hurting a bunch of people? He did this to Seth once, and we thought Seth was out, right?
Yeah, he did it to Seth. Like, he used to do it
that
like
was
4 or 5 times in a row.
First time seeing Bronson Reed was his like jump off the corner and like body slam. What is that called?
So the movie's called The Tsunami.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he screams tsunami every time, and I like how he flails his little arms when he's jumping. So it makes it look like more impact, and the way that they film it from like underneath. But anyways, yeah. So as we mentioned, this is the year anniversary of watching. She watched 1 episode of Raw, and then the next week we went to go watch Raw live.
Yeah.
And then I believe that's when Bronson Reed took out Seth Rollins. So her first time seeing Seth Rollins, he was getting tsunami like 5 times in a row by Bronson Reed. And then he was missing for like the next 2 months after that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so anyways, the match happens. And they come out guns blazing. Like the pace of the match is so fast. It's like I'm getting like whiplash, like all the crazy spots and moves. I don't think I've seen Roman fight this way in a very long time, where he looks like hungry, like he's like really going after Braun and Bronson.
So true.
He takes some crazy bumps that I think because he fights so infrequently, we kind of don't expect him to do that, or at least I don't. I expect him to try to wrestle safe. But the last time we saw him in WrestleMania, he didn't wrestle safe in that triple threat match. On SummerSlam, he definitely didn't wrestle safe. He landed on his head. He was doing suicide dives, jumping over people 10 feet in the air, it looked like. He's so athletic, so strong looking. So it's just amazing to watch him wrestle, which probably a lot more guys would look like this if they had like 3 months break between each match they did. But I still feel like people criticize him. He does not cheat the fans when he's there. He brings the aura. People
are criticizing him.
Yeah, because he
doesn't show up every week.
He's not there every week like a lot of the other guys.
That's why it's such a treat when he does come.
Yeah, that's why it feels so special, right? When he does wrestle. I mean, everybody gets on their feet, puts the ones in the air every time they see him.
Acknowledge him.
He has a chokehold on the WWE universe like few other guys ever have.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Love that guy.
Yeah, one of the other highlights of the match is when Braun is queuing up Jay for a spear, and Roman pushes him out of the way and takes the spear himself. So we see some of the payoff of this long 4-year bloodline story where Roman was very abusive towards the Usos, and
Yeah.
it created a rift in their relationship. And now Roman is kind of, he hasn't outright apologized, but he's slowly, doing these things to show, like, like, you're not little bruh anymore. I see you as my equal. You're my cousin. You're my family.
What's their age gap, I wonder?
I think they're like the same age.
Oh.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I just mean like in size and in
Yeah.
like in stature
Yeah.
more so,
and like
metaphorical stature.
strength of being a superstar on WWE.
Yeah, I don't see you as like, you were my henchman for a long time, but I don't see you as that. You're my equal now.
Yeah.
And we see Jay picking up the pin. The match ends with everybody eating, and it was awesome. It was just a fun. I feel like it was a great opener, fun, feel good. I thought it was a really good match. I was very entertained by it.
Good.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on that match?
No, I feel the same. It was pretty good. Now recapping it, it was a very good match. I lose for some reason when they're in these PLEs in the stadiums. I can't, it's harder for me to watch when the sun is still up.
Oh yeah, you really don't like it when
I
it's
really
still.
don't like it. I feel like we're outside, and wrestling feels weird outside.
Yeah, SummerSlam will probably always have that issue.
Yeah.
Because it's in the summertime.
Yeah.
And it starts at, if they're on the East Coast, it started at 6 local time in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's still light outside.
Yeah, it's fine. Keep doing what you're doing, WWE. It's fine.
Mhm.
But just now, the way that they're structuring these as like during the day loses a little bit of my interest. But
yeah,
it's all good. All right, ready?
Yeah. So the next match is Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, the frenemies,
Yeah.
versus the Judgment Day, Roxanne and Raquel, for the women's tag team championship.
Yeah, my Tejana sisters that I don't like that much.
You're a hater.
I don't hate them. They're growing on me, I'm glad that they're teaming up. I'm glad they're friendly now. They seem even friendlier than Charlotte and Alexa, and they looked really good out there, you know? I like the height thing. They both had a tall girl. Both teams had a tall girl.
One tall, one
girl.
small.
Yeah, one tall, one small.
That should be every tag team, really.
Yeah.
I really like that formula. There have been some great tag teams
Maybe
throughout
it
the years.
is. Well, no, it's not. Because Liv was also short, and she kind of played that. But yeah, this was good. This was entertaining. It was very fast, right? Is that what we said?
It was pretty fast. Overall, I felt like, back to back tag team matches to start. I kind of wish maybe they went with something else as second, but overall, it was a decent match. There were a couple of moments that felt pretty good, like when Alexa broke up the pin attempt after the Tahana bomb. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was good. I think the right winners won. I think this team of Alexa and Charlotte, something about it is like it's really resonating with people. And yeah, I like the we're teams, but I'm kind of annoyed by you. It kind of reminds me of an old tag team called Team Hell No.
Really?
Which was Kane and Daniel Bryan as like an odd couple tag team. The odd couple tag team is, there's something about it. It's just always fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that odd of a couple, I think.
Well, they're not really an odd couple. It's just that the way they're acting towards each other is just a little petty.
The frenemy. They both give that kind of energy, and I've noticed since watching them, they're not like breaking character by like being sassy, but also like acknowledging that they are good together, Yeah. I like that, and I think it humanizes Charlotte a little bit for me, because I was like, I hated Charlotte for a long time, or not a long time, but as long as I've been watching her, just this past few months that she's been back. And I like her. I think she's really funny now.
Yeah,
And
it's the perfect storyline coming off of that Tiffany feud where all the fans turned on her.
yeah.
Which it was a different level of you could tell from like the crowd reactions, different level of like I'm booing you because you're a bad guy versus we're booing you because we disagree with who you are as a person. And I
Mhm.
don't think she deserved that.
Yeah.
But putting her in the storyline, people are cheering her again,
Yeah.
and I like it. I'm happy for it. Two like girls that are equally divas,
Yeah.
which is kind of I think
Kind of, yeah.
what's like making the frenemies thing work.
Yeah. It
So,
pulls them outside of that character too. I don't know if
mm,
I would say Alexa,
mm,
Alexis. Which one is it?
Alexa.
Alexa. I wouldn't say if I would say she's a diva, but she's like kind of that weird kind of girl, like
Hmm.
Harley Quinn, but also like different, just like quirky in a way.
Yeah, she's supposed to look like Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
but she's like standing up to
Yeah.
Charlotte, you
And
know, and I.
Charlotte is
Mm,
like that more stereotypical, like glamorous. I mean,
mm,
her dad is Ric Flair. It's like
yeah.
the like blueprint of what a
Mm,
wrestler looks like, or
mm,
and I think them like acknowledging each other's like personalities adds a cool thing about it. So we've also addressed recently just between us
mm,
that I may not be the biggest fan of wrestling, just wrestling.
mm,
I love story and drama and storylines much more, and I like that it incorporates into the wrestling.
yeah. I think the terminology we would use to be more specific is that you love story driven
Mm.
matches.
Hmm.
Like, you love the background and like the promos and the building of the match, but within the matches themselves, you love a match that has like a story arc within it. That is obviously like a distinctive WWE thing.
Really?
And there's very few wrestlers that could really pull it off that well. It
Yeah.
takes a great producer of the match, like we've been seeing with Unreal, and it takes like really great, smart, experienced wrestlers to put that together.
Mhm.
And I think what turns you off a little bit more is like the work rate
Yeah.
matches, which is the match with a lot of heavy spots and super kind of not fast paced in the way the Roman and Jay match, but kind of just like all the flippy stuff that doesn't really impress you much. And I feel mostly the same way. I mean, I like some flippy stuff, like we'll talk about the TLC match on Sunday, but it's kind of all for nothing if I don't care about the characters.
Yeah. I That's exactly it. I
Mm,
care about the characters if you show me something to care about the characters
yeah.
for.
Why does the wrestler want to win this match?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
So, anyway,
mm,
congrats to Charlotte and Alexa.
yeah. Okay. Next, after that, I'm just gonna say disclaimer. I'm pretty sure these are all in order, but anyways, I don't know why I said that. I'll cut that out. Okay. Next match is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross.
Okay.
So this match, kind of the storyline going into it is Karrion Cross will not leave Sami alone. He's calling him a liar. This is their third time fighting, I believe.
Yeah, what? Yeah, how is this happening again? And now it's at SummerSlam. I mean, I guess I do have an idea why, which we'll talk about later.
Mm.
I am excited because I got to see my favorite entrance one more
Yeah,
time.
they couldn't cut it out. This their second match. They just cut out their entrance. They didn't show it. It was very, very disappointing. You get to see your favorite entrance, Karrion Cross entering with Scarlett.
Yeah.
Um,
You got
and
to see it. Just just YouTube it.
mhm,
It's a good
yeah,
one.
I was disappointed by this match because you would think that with a rubber match, like the third match in a series,
Is that what that means? A rubber match?
yeah, rubber match, like just kind of like
Again.
yeah, kind of just like yeah, it's like again like Sammy got one, Carrion got one.
Oh, he
Now
did.
we're just settling it.
Sure.
Um, and you would expect this to be the best match.
Mm.
This is at SummerSlam. they have more time. They could do more things. They're trying to put on a show for the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. And it was kind of just like a regular Raw SmackDown match. Same storyline. Scarlett tried to tempt or, turn Sammy because they think he's a liar and that, nobody could actually be that good and pure or whatever. So
He's pure. He's pure of heart.
yeah, so they try to tempt him to change. She tries to give him the pipe after trying to give it to her husband first, and
Yeah,
it
that
couldn't
was a good
work.
shocker, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, she
The,
wasn't turning on Carrion.
she
She was.
wanted.
She's trying to. They're trying to accomplish their goal of turning Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy picks it up. He's tempted, but he says no, and he throws it, and then he just beats Karrion Kross anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of felt like a regular Raw SmackDown match,
Yeah.
and yeah, whatever. It was. That's the end of their feud. It's the end of the storyline.
Yeah. So yeah, can we talk a little bit about the behind the scenes or what like social media? Like we've mentioned before that Karrion Kross is a fan favorite. It
Mm-hmm.
was the fans' choice to bring him back after a expired contract.
Mm-hmm.
And bringing him back and his storyline with Sammy. Is this the end of what we'll see of Karrion Kross for a while?
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. It's not that his contract expired and that the fans rallied to bring him back. That
Oh.
was our truth. That's why I went with our truth.
Oh.
This is more of like his contract is expiring and people want him to like get like a last chance.
Okay.
So they gave him this, they did the storyline. And as far as we know, there's no reports of him getting a new contract. They're saying, I mean, we don't know how true it is, but they're saying that his contract expired this weekend, and then he didn't appear on Raw. There's videos from within the stadium of him like high fiving people on his way out, which you're not supposed to do if you're a bad guy, but you might do if you're a bad guy having his last match. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I hope we do see more of him, but yeah.
Yeah, it was just not really a very good match. Disappointed. Sammy is, my whatever way you want to put it, 1A or 1B. And I'm always excited to see him. But this match was just kind of
Sure. Okay.
not very good. Okay. Anyways, the next match is Tiffany versus Jade.
Yeah. That's just how I feel on the women's side of things. I love Tiffany. I love Jade, but also a little bored.
Yeah.
Just like I could say this for any of the women's matches, just two strong, badass women duking it out, and somebody wins.
Yeah, they were hitting each other. It wasn't like there's anything wrong with this match really. And a very short match again, kind of just like the Sammy Carrion one. I don't know what was happening like with these two short matches back to back if they were running low on time.
Yeah.
But yeah, another short match. They both did their moves a couple times. I never really felt like the result was in question. I felt like Tiffany was definitely going to retain.
Yeah.
But this is the match on the card with the least amount of like build behind it. Like Tiffany and Jay, they never showed
any
it's
drama.
Yeah, it's just that Jade won the Queen of the Ring, so she qualified. There's no hatred there. There's nothing there.
Yeah. Poor Jade. Yeah, she did all that work. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe not the feud. It's not even a feud, but maybe not like two characters or two wrestlers to build more with. But yeah, Tiffy keeps her title.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't think this is the end of that. I think they'll keep building it. I think they'll have another match, maybe with a little bit better storytelling behind it.
Okay.
Okay. Now the next two matches that are like we're the meat of SummerSlam Night 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and McIntyre.
Yeah.
This match, my first note I just wrote was cinema. This was somehow a really great match.
Yeah. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. It's nothing like anybody has ever seen before, I don't think. from a perspective of someone who has only watched 1 year of wrestling, someone who's seen wrestling for 25 years, who could have guessed Jelly Roll, a country singer with tattoos on his face and 200 and something pound, like a big guy, wrestling at the level of Randy Orton, his partner,
Mhm.
and Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Yeah, I think this had gimmicky celebrity tie-in all like written all over it before this match started.
Mm-hmm.
But they spent an unusual amount of time building this match up with multiple appearances by Jelly Roll, multiple appearances by Logan Paul, appearing on different mediums. Like they went on Jimmy Kimmel show to promote this.
Yes,
It
I love to
was
see it.
it was very interesting, which should have been the indicator. I should have seen this coming that this was going to be a good match, but I just didn't see it. So this is peak WWE storytelling,
Yeah.
peak celebrity tie-in, if there ever was one.
Which also brings to my something else we've discussed is how are people not watching wrestling right now? This storyline brought in people that would never watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
People that are watching Jimmy Kimmel. They put this match on Jimmy Kimmel. They promoted it on a late night show that, I don't know, gets probably tons of viewers. And I'm just like, we've talked about, like, how are people still not watching wrestling? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's everywhere now. There's probably more people now than ever watching WWE. And it's because of the communications and the PR out there doing it. But these people are famous. These wrestlers are
Yeah.
famous. I mean, John Cena is, a huge deal in movies. They have TV shows. They're all in some big film. Happy Gilmore had a bunch of wrestlers in it, supposedly.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet, but this, I'm getting ahead of myself, I guess. Sorry, but bringing Jelly Roll on to fight a fight like this, it was so good, just sells it.
Yeah. This match the storyline that they went with is not like it's not like unheard of. It's not like they did anything super like unique and inventive, but it
Yeah,
was so effective. So
yeah,
basically, what you would kind of expect is that they built up Jelly Roll is like he's never wrestled before, right? So it's like how are you going to step in the ring
yeah.
with McIntyre, who is a beast of a
Right.
man, who's proven to be very dangerous, and then Logan Paul, who is now a pretty experienced wrestler, super athletic, younger than Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
So,
I misspoke before, but they said he Jelly Roll lost like 230 pounds
yeah.
for this match, which he looks great. I mean, he has lost a ton of weight.
Hmm.
He's probably weighs more than 200 pounds, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever's going on with his body, it was good enough to wrestle.
yeah.
So I'll give him that.
In a Carhartt t-shirt and his snapback, he killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked his ring gear. But so they kind of went like, Jelly Roll's like foolish for doing this, but Jelly Roll is brave. He doesn't want to back down.
Yeah.
He was getting bullied by Logan Paul
Yeah.
and McIntyre, and he wasn't going to back down from bullies. It's a great message. And I
It's a
think,
great message.
yeah, it was great. And I think that's why I said it's like cinema. Like it reminds me
Sure. Yeah,
of
that
like
makes
a little bit
sense.
of like a movie. Like a kid is getting like a big kid is getting bullied, but he's standing up to like his jock bullies. That's kind of what it felt like a little bit.
Sure.
So yeah, Jelly Roll goes in. Randy's trying to tell him like, okay, let me start the match. I'll take the lead. And Jelly's like, no, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go in and fight.
Yeah, Jelly, he went in too. I guess you're right. It
Mm.
is part of selling the bullies can't hold you down.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, he went in too hot, and you got to let Randy do some of the work.
Mm-hmm.
He's your partner, and yeah.
Yeah, so Jelly got beat up for a while until he finally got Randy in the match. But Logan Paul and McIntyre were not letting up. At one point, Jelly is on the announcer's table, and Logan Paul is on the top rope. Sort of like, it's basically like the same spot that he did to Jey Uso, right? Like he jump on Jey Uso.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he does this, and then Jelly Roll's sitting there. He's like bracing for the impact, right? And I was like, Logan Paul's not gonna jump from the top rope and then break Jelly Roll through this table. Like Randy's gonna stop this from happening. And I'm looking, and I see Randy's like dead, like on the, like on the. I was like, oh wait, he's really gonna jump on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does it. He frog splashes, gets super high in the air, breaks Jelly Roll through the damn table in the craziest spot of the night. Maybe I think the craziest spot of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
He just breaks him through, and yeah, I was like, damn, Jelly took a huge bump.
Mm-hmm.
They do the thing, which is part of the storytelling that you love, which I think is why this match resonated with both of us so much, is that he was like, they're trying to help him to the back, he's out of this match, but then Jelly's looking on at Randy getting, double teamed
Yeah.
by Logan and McIntyre, and then Jelly pushes through, pushes all these medical personnel off, and gets himself back into the match.
Yeah.
Jelly and Randy lose, which I didn't really expect, but I guess it makes sense. It does. It's that, like, that win is not gonna do anything for Jelly Roll, because Jelly Roll's not gonna wrestle again,
Right.
or at least we don't think, maybe for a while.
They have to bring him back to address it. He's got to make some sort of commentary, or someone needs to punish McIntyre and Logan Paul for what they did. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, McIntyre and Logan Paul get the win. So Logan Paul is, I would say, basically almost a full time. He's been full time basically this whole year. I mean, he's been at every PLE at least. He doesn't wrestle on SmackDown like he's supposed to if he's full time, but he's at every PLE. So it makes more sense. Maybe, it just makes more sense for McIntyre and Logan Paul to win. All right. Now, on to the main event of the night. CM Punk versus Gunther. I have some strong feelings, but I will let you get your first intro comments on.
Oh, now you want to hear my feelings?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, talk. I'd love to. I love CM Punk. I love Gunther. I love Gunther now after this. It was hard for me to see Gunther look weak. Because I didn't want these two to fight. I don't know if I saw these two as much like amping up a storyline of like, you're gonna lose, I don't like you, you're a bad guy, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was just kind of like CM Punk needs the belt, and Gunther is the like only logical option to take it from right now. So that made sense, but also I don't know. I didn't see the like drama between the two of them, but I love watching them fight. We had noticed that Gunther really is like an old school wrestler, right? He, like you said, has some of the moves, or what you would think the moves would be back in like the 80s of wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty cool thing you've noticed that I've also internalized and be like, oh, that's true, I guess. Or that's something I can notice now watching. I don't know. Tell me more of your thoughts now.
Yeah, this match made me feel something.
Really?
Yeah. This
different than Jelly Roll and Logan Paul?
Different than that. This match felt like a big deal right from the jump. So this match also had a storyline. Right?
Did it?
Yeah. So I think partially what you're saying about like the build up for the match wasn't really as complete as maybe Gunther versus Jey Uso.
Right.
Or, CM Punk's last match against John Cena. Like there wasn't that kind
Yeah.
of level of promos. They did have a few weeks where like they faced off in the ring in shorter promos. They tossed a little crap like CM Punk's like I'm the best in the world, and then Gunther's like you're not the best in the world. Doing kind of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the real story happened in the match itself, which is what I love. What I was alluding to earlier, saying like it takes really the truly great wrestlers to be able to tell a storyline in match with just their wrestling moves.
That's true.
I to me, CM Punk is the greatest of all time at that itself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the best technical wrestler ever, but creating a storyline just in the ring without talking is great.
Yeah.
The mic's fine.
Okay.
Okay, what was I going to say? So the storyline they went with for this match was kind of like a Rocky versus Ivan Drago. It
Wow.
was kind of like uh, the immovable, what do they call that, the immovable object or something.
I don't know.
It was kind of like Gunther is basically a supervillain that cannot be
Oh,
defeated, right?
dang.
That's kind of what it felt like right from the start. Gunther pummels CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
He's chopping him till CM Punk's chest is bright red, beating the crap out of him.
Yeah, does that actually hurt? These chops, like they're actually hitting them in the chest, right? Why is that a move?
Because of the impact. It's like you can hear the chop.
And
Like
you just have to like have a strong chest to take it.
you got to just brace your chest and get ready because Gunther is not letting up. Like the only time I've ever seen him go a little easy is like with Goldberg, but everybody else, like he's hurting them. He's hitting them really. He's hitting them. I think it's basically as hard as he can in order to get that sound, because that's who Gunther is. He is a big bad bully, and it's so much worse and feels so much more villainous and helpless because he doesn't need to cheat to beat you.
Yeah.
He's just so good. He's so strong that you just can't beat him. So that's the story they went with for this match. CM Punk, everybody loves him. We want to see him do great. But he's old man Logan. He's like old man Wolverine. He's not as good as he used to be. So he looks like he can't beat Gunther.
Yeah. So
they mostly stay in the ring all match of just CM Punk or just Gunther beating up CM Punk and feeling like, come on, CM Punk can get like a move in. And every time he gets a move in, Gunther just brings him right back to reality and reminds him, you're not as good as me. You're an old man and I'm better than you and I'm going to embarrass you and beat you up. Until Gunther loses focus. He's gloating. He's showboating on top of the announcer's table. And CM Punk knocks him down and Gunther he hits his face on the announce table, and then he disappears under the announce table for a second. When we see Gunther again, it's this shocking image of his face covered in blood, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like that shocking, but apparently, I guess it is.
And Gunther is like touching his face, like he's shocked to be seeing his own blood. He's like I am unbeatable. Like nobody can hurt me. How am I bleeding? Like he's never seen his own blood before. That was like Gunther's reaction to
I
this.
bled my own blood.
Yeah, like he's completely shocked. And that's where CM Punk sees the glimmer of hope and he takes advantage of it. Yeah, it just felt like that kind of like
he did it. Like, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm glad that you see all this stuff Because I just see, like, he obviously, like, cut himself under the table.
Yeah, well,
And
like,
then he's not, I don't know, maybe his European is, I, like, didn't see the acting that you're saying. Like, I just saw, like, him, like, trying to get it out of his eyes, and he loses from, I mean, Punk takes advantage of that because, yeah, he, like, did that and beats him.
yeah. So, anyways, I was trying to suspend a little bit of that, like, trying to suspend a little bit of that, like, yeah, he cut himself. I mean,
Yeah.
like we both said it when we saw it,
Mhm.
but I was like, all right, I'm fully invested in this match, and I don't do that automatically. I think these two guys brought it out of me.
Sure.
These two guys, like, Gunther is just like, he's a great character.
Yeah.
It's great character work.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, there's wrestlers that once they put, like, they're a character, but once they put the mic down, it's like, okay, they're just wrestlers.
Yeah.
Gunther embodies his character every second you can see him.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he's talking, which he's great at, or he's wrestling. He's still that, like, arrogant, like I'm better than you, and I'm gonna show you I'm better than you character with everything he does.
Yeah, I guess for some reason I don't believe that, but I'm still rooting for him. I don't see Gunther as that bad of a guy.
Yeah, well, like it's because, like, he doesn't cheat. He doesn't use underhanded tactics.
Yeah, he's just that good.
Yeah.
But also, like, he deserves the wins that he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's not cheating.
Mm.
I don't know, and I guess something in me, like, almost thinks, like, he's not all bad. Maybe there's a little,
Yeah, I think
he's got a soft spot, or he, like, yeah.
Yeah, I think that leaves the door open for Gunther to stay in character, but make some small tweaks to his character that can unlock something totally new for him.
That makes sense.
And yeah, I don't know. So CM Punk wins the championship. One of the hardest fought victories, if you're just pretending wrestling is real, one of the hardest fought victories I've seen to achieve this first championship win in 13 years. This is what he came back for. He said when he came back, he wanted to win gold, and you see him emotional, covered in blood, holding up the championship belt.
Mm-hmm.
And for about 1 minute, you see him celebrating his win until you hear.
I can't understand it. It's just yelling to me.
You hear, "Burn it down."
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's like, everybody's like, what's happening? Because,
well, we know it's Seth Rollins.
Because Seth Rollins holds the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins is hurt, though.
He comes out on crutches.
Comes out with his crutches. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's hurt. I just, like, when you hear that, you get excited. But you're like, okay, yeah, he's hurt. I forgot.
Yeah, he's coming to threaten CM Punk. He's like,
yeah.
Don't forget, I'm still here. Because we haven't seen Seth since his knee injury fighting against LA Knight.
Yeah, unless you watch the Rich Eisen show, which you see him on the Rich Eisen show.
Okay.
But he hasn't appeared on WWE TV.
Yeah, so we can talk about that later. Mm-hmm. But, so Seth comes in, Paul Heyman holding the Money in the Bank for him. He's on his crutches. We've seen him on social media with this kid walking around on crutches. I'm thinking he's coming to threaten him. He's just like how he's done before. He's just like, don't forget. Yeah,
he's like, he just wants, because, like, he hates him. He just wants to spoil his moment. Like, okay, it's yours for now, but I'm coming back. I have something for you.
Sure.
And he starts to walk away. We believe this is the end of the show.
Sure.
Until he drops his crutches.
Yeah.
And
like turns a mic drop. Or not like even. He's like.
Yeah. Turns around, takes off his brace, reveals he's not actually, in fact, injured. It was a work the whole time. Yeah. Which is wrestling terminology for a lie. And he runs to the ring, brutally pummels CM Punk with the briefcase.
Yeah.
And which, just to comment on that quickly, I feel like that was a very intentional choice of like he didn't just come in and do his move and then win, right? He like these two characters hate each other. There is the backstory of these two characters.
Right.
Absolutely blood feud, hate each other.
Right.
And he's hitting him in the head with a briefcase. So that hurts,
Yeah.
first of all. But yeah, he pummels him, gives the briefcase to the ref.
He brings the ref. He brings the hot, not the hot ref. Well, she is hot, but the other female ref.
Yeah, I forget what her name is, Jessica something. But yeah, it cashes in, and she's like, "What?" she's
Yeah,
shocked.
I love the shock when a ref gets the Money in the Bank, and they're like, they've obviously known.
Yeah,
but like,
are you sure?
Yeah.
And yeah, he cashes in, stomps him. 1, 2, 3. Seth is the champion.
Yeah.
The show ends with Seth, Paul Heyman, and Braun holding up the championship, celebrating over CM Punk's dead body.
Yeah.
So CM Punk was champion for 5 minutes and a couple of seconds.
Not even.
Well, it was, yeah, I saw it was about 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
And it officially is shorter than Drew McIntyre's previous record of shortest reign by like 10 seconds.
Boo.
So, yeah, Seth is champion. And you had quite the reaction to this. You were like, I hate him.
I do. I hate Seth. I've always hated him. Just this whole year of watching, he's just been so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it. He's so annoying to me. He is like such a brat, I feel like.
Yeah.
CM Punk has earned his stripes, you know. Roman Reigns has earned, I can see it. I don't even have to know the history of who's won. I can see that they are champions that deserve to win. Seth Rollins, okay, I will say after this, I hate him because I wish CM Punk would win. I was so sad. We've been watching a little bit of Unreal, the Netflix show, and it's so sad. I want him to win. He's been through so much, and Seth took that away from him. It is good TV. It is good cinema. It is good writing. I like that. But boo.
Yeah, I felt like we saw this video online of this kid crying when Seth cashed in. He's like, I want CM Punk. And same. I wish that I could have just celebrated and been happy that CM Punk won the World Championship, but Seth had to spoil it. I can't say I'm not intrigued. Seth has finally achieved what he set out to do. What we've commented multiple times on this show, like, again with this, they come out every week and they say we're taking over. We're the top guys in the company, and they have no belt. They end every show looking like idiots. They always get beat up, his whole crew. But now they have what they said they were going to get. So we'll see where it goes from here. I expect CM Punk to get his lick back. He's not going to let this go. And we also said that, CM Punk wants to win the championship, and that's his goal, but he's not going to be able to do it until he gets rid of Seth Rollins. Yeah. Seth was the thorn in his side that stopped him from beating John Cena. He was the thorn in the side that stopped him from winning at WrestleMania. Yeah. He has to, the story of CM Punk cannot continue until he vanquishes Seth Rollins.
Dang. I don't know, but I feel like I can go on forever. I want him to be able to win the championship. I don't know. That's more thoughts for another day, I guess. Yeah. But now that both of the Money in the Bank, the men and the women's, have been cashed in, and now they hold the titles, it's been really fun to anticipate when I feel like Money in the Bank gives you a good idea of, okay, this person is going to be champion at some point. And thinking and doing the Zach Galifianakis math in your head, imagining what needs to happen for this person to get the Money in the Bank. And I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm surprised that did not think that Seth was actually not hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not surprised that he took it from CM Punk. Because, yeah, I expected CM Punk to win this match, and that was exciting for him to get the title. But Seth taking it away was also pretty predictable. But, I mean, this just builds the storyline more. And, like, he's done what he said to do, like you said. And CM Punk is still around to maybe take it back.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to take this from here, but CM Punk, yeah, CM Punk's not going to let this go either. But is Gunther going to let this go? I mean,
Well, they said Gunther is out.
oh yeah, they did say they made that up. So he doesn't have to get, so he can stay out of the championship picture.
Mm-hmm.
And also the guy deserves a vacation. Why not?
Yeah.
Let him take a vacation.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess it's time to talk about night 2.
Okay.
There's a couple matches again on night 2 that weren't that great, so we won't talk about them that much, but we will touch on every match.
Okay.
Okay. So night 2 starts with a women's triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
Good match, just like the one at WrestleMania. Not quite as good as the WrestleMania
I'll say,
one.
yeah.
Io and Rhea are the two of the most entertaining women's wrestlers,
Yeah.
I think, in the world. Both great characters. Everybody loves cheering for both of them.
Right.
And now Naomi finally getting her shine. I mean, something makes me so happy about seeing Naomi in like main event level matches, main event level storylines.
Yeah.
Because we've seen her for so long. I remember when she debuted as just like a funkadactyl. So, and seeing her on Total Divas, and she was never really got a chance, I felt like. And then now she's just proving how she's grown, entering with her dad. I mean, that's just like, it's just so fun to see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my comments too. I love all three of these ladies so much, as I've said multiple times. I think these may be like my top 3: Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi. And they put on a show, it was good. It was good because I know that these are like the most talented women's wrestlers out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, somebody has to win. I didn't know who to win, because there's this it's not frenemies, but they keep saying respect. Like, I respect you, Io. Rhea says that every like behind the scenes.
It's getting a little old.
Yeah. So it's not really a feud, but they are just two really good wrestlers, and Rhea really wants to take the title specifically from Io. Like, she wants to hold that sort of like accomplishment.
She wants to finally beat her because she's never beaten her before.
Yeah. So title or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was unsure because once that happens, what's the next? Who is the person on top?
Yeah.
But it feels right that Naomi wins again and keeps the title.
Yeah, I think something that kind of something that kind of holds me back from enjoying certain matches a little bit is like, so to me, there was never a question Naomi was going to win this match.
Sure.
It was a long payoff. She cashed in her Money in the Bank. She's finally getting the top spot, and she just won it. I just didn't really see a scenario where she would lose it.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't the same as the WrestleMania triple threat where I felt like any of them could win it.
Right.
So it kind of was like, okay, I liked watching the match, but it wasn't like, I was on the edge of my seat because I expected Naomi to win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next match was a match where that was not the case.
Okay.
So
What was that?
6-way TLC match for the
TLC. What does that mean?
Tables, Ladders, Chairs, which is just a ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing as a ladder match. There's just a promise that there will also be tables and chairs. That's the only difference.
You could sit if you wanted to.
Ladder matches are also no disqualifications, so you can use tables and chairs in those too.
Cool.
But anyways, so yeah, there's the history behind the TLC tag team match. They showed the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys.
What is that? Or why? What were they doing?
They were just like the two of the first teams in the TLC tag team matches.
Oh.
So yeah, TLC tag team championship matches are just a part of wrestling lore and history. People love them. They always promise to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So this match was crazy. It was a spot fest, nothing, just nonstop people going through tables, getting hit with chairs, falling off of ladders into tables, falling through ladders.
Yeah.
Six different teams. I mean, nuts. I mean, the Money in the Bank is a 6-man ladder match.
Yeah.
This is a 16,
Tag
12,
teams,
12
yeah.
total guys
Yeah.
jumping and falling off of ladders and falling through tables.
Yeah.
It was crazy. All 12 of these guys are really good, entertaining wrestlers. None of them are scared to take a bump. They're getting hit with brutal things. I mean, if I went through one of these tables, I wouldn't be able to walk for months probably. So I don't know how they do this. But yeah, I mean, I just have a couple of notes here. Candice going through, falling off of that ladder with the way they set it up to was so funny. With Gargano and Ciampa like accidentally pushing her off.
Wait, okay, so Gargana and Ciampa are their names?
Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, which are their real legal names.
Whoa. They are a part of, what is their name?
DIY.
DIY.
Because they are excellent crafters. Or I don't know I mean, we kind of missed the story of why they're called DIY.
Yeah.
But they just are.
Yeah, so Candice is which one's wife?
So Candice is Johnny Gargano's wife.
Okay.
So she's part of DIY.
What? But I've never seen her fight with them.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's not officially part of DIY, but that's what I would call it. Like she's been appearing with them as like their manager, pretty much,
right,
like, lately.
Well, okay, so because it's controversial to me personally in my own brain, she goes up on the ladder to try and take the belts because in the ladder match, the belts are hanging from the rafters, and you win by getting the belts. So her husband is holding the ladder for her to go grab it, but there's only two belts. If she grabs the belts, she's not going to be able to wear it. It's going to go to the other guys in DIY.
They didn't really. I think it's more so. I don't know if we're supposed to like just believe that like the character is stupid and thinking that she like if she grabs them like it just counts.
No, I think it's just like, yeah, she could get it, but it doesn't make sense to me. But it's funny and
it's funny and it's silly.
Yeah. So somebody knocks into DIY, and then so he pushes over the ladder, and the ladder goes over the ring, and Candice falls on another ladder
and breaks through
and breaks it.
And then she doesn't move the rest of it's like, is she okay?
And it kind of looks like he pushed her.
Yeah, which was pretty fun. So like she goes through it, and then he goes, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, and then he's like, "All right."
And then he kind of just looks, and I don't know, like Michael Cole says, like, he gets a thumbs up or something, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And he just goes and climbs the ladder again and tries to get on top. My other kind of takeaway from this match, besides that it was freaking awesome, is that DIY were really the MVPs of this match. Like they brought like all of the comedy, their facial reactions to like everything that was happening to them was hilarious. Also, shout out to Montez. When after Candice went through the ladder, it cut to him and he was like,
yeah, that was good.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, I just, all of these teams, I love at least 4 of these teams. I'm warming up to the other 2. Yeah. And you had some thoughts. Who did you want to win? Who's your favorite of these 6 SmackDown tag teams?
Honestly, I don't care. I don't really like any of these teams. I can't even tell you their names. I know that there's the Street Profits. They have a good name. And so I know which ones. they are. I keep forgetting DIY, but I know what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Sixpence None the Richer.
I believe you're talking about the Wyatt Six.
Wyatt Six. I do like them because I like how they bring a little horror to WWE. I like that aspect, and I think it's fun, and that they're kind of scary, and they have a scary walkout song with like these other people that
Yeah,
are
my only
wearing
thing
masks.
is that I wish that there was 6 of them. There's only
Yeah,
5 of them.
yeah, or maybe like there will be a 6, and then you don't know. It's like a ghost in the room with us, and they're
Yeah, that could be true.
But also Wyatt Six win. We should mention that. Yeah, I don't know the other groups.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know the personal. If it was Pretty Deadly, I'd be all over Pretty Deadly. There's no Pretty Deadly anymore.
I just wish Pretty Deadly was in this match.
I
7
do.
teams would be crazy, but I think it would be better.
Well, substitute any of them out for Pretty Deadly, and I'm all in. But no Pretty Deadly, so I don't even know the drama happening between all of these tag teams. I don't actually care. So
Yeah.
but maybe I'll rewatch now hearing you talk about it, and how epic it was. It was pretty epic, and yeah, maybe I'll go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I think that I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or anything or like ruin. I mean, I love the match, but my least favorite team did win. I mean, that's if I
like them.
The Wyatt Six are okay. We just don't. We just like that. Like that's the thing about like that I was talking about earlier.
Sixpence.
That's pretty good. I think we should start calling them that.
It was just another name with 6 in it.
Yeah, but I just wish that there was something else to them, you know, because sure, like they have the cool entrance and everything, but when they get in the ring, they just start wrestling.
Yeah.
They're just regular wrestlers. Like, there's nothing creepy.
No, they get a little, like, animalistic to them, no?
You think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wish that, like, they could be their characters more. Kind of like how the original Wyatt family, which is what the Wyatt Six are based off of. The original Wyatt family, like, incorporated some of that stuff in the ring, like, especially Bray Wyatt. And also, Bray Wyatt used to wrestle. Like, Uncle Howdy, his brother, doesn't wrestle. It's just Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, like the 2 guys that were in the match, were the only ones that wrestle. Rowan doesn't wrestle. Nikki Cross doesn't do anything.
We need to do a whole episode on this family because I don't know. I didn't know that there was another Wyatt family.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm looking. I mean, I can only look forward to what the Wyatt Six have to offer as the tag champs.
Yeah. I want to see more of the 6 and their whole family.
And before we move on, just quick shout out to Motor City Machine Guns because we didn't mention them at all. They were in the match as well, and also Fraxium. We didn't mention Fraxium at all, or we didn't mention basically any team. We also didn't mention that Andrade and Ray Phoenix were in the match.
Yeah, my brothers.
Yeah, I kind of wish that either Street Profits or Andrade and Ray Phoenix won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was my picks. Okay. Anyways, next match to talk about. Let's talk about Becky versus Lyra.
Ugh, don't get me started.
Yeah, you love Becky.
Do I though?
Yeah, I think
I have mixed emotions about Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I mean her hot husband. I
do like that. That was
sees you.
funny.
You know, you see him in your nightmares. You hate him. So it kind of makes sense to hate her by proxy too, I guess a little bit, but she kind of is entertaining.
I think I hate Seth Rollins. I hate Becky Lynch, but I love it. They're a couple, and I love it. She says, "My hot husband."
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, maybe we'll mention that if we still have time at the end, but
yeah.
So yeah, this was a very long match. They were hitting each other with a lot of stuff. Becky basically dominated this match.
She's fighting Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, the bird lady. So she's beating the crap out of her. She's clipping her wings, so to speak.
Oh,
she's hitting her with everything. So the match basically revolves around this spot where she zip ties her hands.
Mm-hmm.
So Lyra is just sitting there getting the crap kicked out of her while she can't move. She can't use her hands because she's zip tied.
Yeah.
There's one spot where I'm not sure if it was on what kind of move Becky did. It's escaping my memory at the moment. But she does this move, and then the impact of this move causes Lyra's hands to slip out of the zip ties. And then Lyra like quickly like rolls over so you can't see her. Which good improvisation by Lyra.
Right.
And then she gets her hands back in the zip ties and tries to like pretend that she never got out.
Yeah, something about the props in this wrestling fight were malfunctioning.
Yeah, like it was kind of a little bit of a clunky match.
Yeah.
I feel like they maybe didn't rehearse it maybe as well. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. I mean, I trust these women. They're both really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
I like them both, but this match kind of just didn't really do much for me. It was just too long, and it just didn't really keep my interest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Lyra goes under she tries to break them with a fire extinguisher.
And it's not working.
And it's not working. So she goes under. I'm pretty sure someone cuts it for her.
She rolls under the ring, and there's some poor guy that's been sitting under there for who knows how long.
Yeah.
That cuts it for her. Then they don't see that, obviously.
Yeah.
This is off screen. But yeah, she comes out from underneath the ring, and she's out of the zip ties. So
yeah, she's out of the zip ties, and then Becky keeps like pummeling her, and Bailey comes out, and Bailey is, I don't know what she's screaming at Becky. She's like, "You ruined this for me."
She's like, "You ruined my life." And then
like,
Becky's
when was that? I don't know if Becky seems to be kind of a bad guy, which I just now like realizing.
You're getting that now?
I don't know. Well, because she wasn't before, supposedly, right? Anyway. So, yeah, obviously Bailey and Lyra are the good guys, but they're like kind of feuding with each other, and so anyway, Bailey, what happens? Becky gives Bailey a pipe. Again, people setting people up to be a bad guy. She gives Bailey the pipe so she can hit Lyra, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And Bailey's like, no. And she doesn't do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm remembering now the way that kind of unfolds. Mm-hmm. So Becky has like Lyra's neck in a chair.
Yeah.
And then Bailey, like...
That was pretty good.
Yeah, she's holding up like something. She's holding up the pipe or whatever she's holding up. I forget what it is.
Pipe or a wrench.
Yeah, and then she's like, basically like, she's about to kill her.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going a little too... So then Bailey comes in and she's like, "What are you doing? Like, this is like, it's just a wrestling match. You don't have to murder this young woman."
Yeah.
And Becky's like, "Woo, whatever." She's like,
her voice is so low.
Yeah, she really does this really funny low voice. Like, whatever. And then she's like, "You do it." She's like, you hate her. Like, you've been feuding with Lyra. Like, you do it. She's trying to tempt her the way Scarlett is trying to tempt Sammy.
Yeah.
And then now she starts hating Becky instead. In this scuffle, she accidentally hits Lyra when she means to hit Becky, which allows Becky to pick up the win. Now Lyra cannot challenge for the championship as long as Becky holds it.
Are these like contracts written in stone or like...
Well, yeah, contract law doesn't really, like, when Cody forced John Cena, like, he used his hand, like, I'm pretty sure that's like, you can't, that's not legally binding. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all wrestlers.
So the storyline is over.
Yeah, wrestlers are allowed to make their own matches. They can make their own stipulations. So the storyline is basically over. They're separating Becky from Lyra.
Yeah. Poor Lyra.
Yeah. She was the inaugural champion. She had a good run.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
okay.
Becky
wins. She goes over. And Lyra and Bailey are left sitting there like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have Jacob versus Solo. My only note is just total dud. This was a cage match, and it sucked. It was boring. Nothing happened. Typical interference like you would expect. And then more typical interference on the other side. It's the same shit that we saw on SmackDown the night before. Yeah. Like, the MFTs interfered.
MFTs?
His Solo's group.
Yeah.
Of JC Mateo and the Tongan brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And then, in turn, Jimmy interfered.
Uh-huh.
And what this has been happening for a month. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay. Solo retains by escaping the cage through the front door.
Yeah.
All right. Why even have a cage?
Right.
If you don't have to climb it.
And then Fatu continues to beat up everybody else.
Yeah, I've never so Solo wins, but then it ends somehow with Jacob still being like raising his hand and like being victorious. So yeah, they just need to separate these guys, just move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Next match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was the worst match at SummerSlam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying it. Okay. Tom versus AJ. This match has had it's been like the comedy storyline, AJ dressing up as like different he's he's basically like
in disguise.
Yeah, he's like Kirk from Gilmore Girls. Like he has like every job. Like he's just dressing up like as different jobs. Like he's a valet. He's
to try and catch.
He's trying to catch Dom slipping because Dom was pretending for weeks that he was injured, which he was really injured. That's why he couldn't wrestle. But they incorporated it as like he was trying to duck AJ.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they finally have this match, and it's basically an Eddie Guerrero tribute match.
Yeah.
It is the 20-year anniversary of Dom's debut, where Dom appeared. He wasn't in the match, obviously, because he was a kid. But he first appeared on WWE TV as part of the storyline between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and they battled at SummerSlam for custody of Dominic.
Guys, this is the storyline that made me fall in love with wrestling.
I showed her this storyline through YouTube videos, basically before we started watching wrestling.
And I was like, all right, I'm in. I love this soap opera BS.
Yeah.
It's what I want to see.
And I was like, and that little boy is now a wrestler, and he's part of the best storyline of where he dumped his goth mommy girlfriend for a little blonde girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so fun, man. A year ago, that was great. Anyways, so they have this match. AJ comes out in a lowrider, dressed basically as like Eddie Guerrero. He's wearing the flame tights like Eddie Guerrero used to wear. And I think they mentioned, it's basically the same outfit that Eddie Guerrero won. It's just like AJ-ified, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, they have this match, and they're basically both using, Eddie Guerrero tactics.
Mm-hmm.
They're lying, cheating, and stealing. They do the spot, like Eddie Guerrero was famous for, of bringing a chair into the ring when the ref's back is turned, hitting the ground, and throwing the chair, like hot potato, in the other guy's hand and pretending you're getting knocked out. What doesn't make sense for AJ to do that is that if AJ wins that way, he wouldn't win the championship because you can't win the championship by disqualification. But it's still really funny. Mm-hmm. It's funny. And then Dom uses another classic Eddie Guerrero tactic that Eddie Guerrero used against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was WrestleMania, where Eddie Guerrero loosened his boot so that when Kurt Angle got Eddie in the ankle lock, which was his finisher, the boot just came off.
This is AJ's finisher?
No, this was I'm talking about the Eddie Guerrero match.
So AJ's doing all unoriginal moves. Yeah,
so AJ he's not doing the ankle lock, he's doing a different foot hold, ankle hold. Uh-huh. And then he can't really get the shoe off that clean. But he eventually gets it off and it's like, what just happened? And so it allows Dom to have an Eddie Guerrero moment, and he wins the match. He hits AJ with his boot.
Cute. And
he gets the frog splash, which is Eddie Guerrero's finisher that he's been doing this whole time, and wins the match.
Nice. Yeah, I'm happy for Dom. Now that he's a winner, I kind of like him.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Okay. Now, the main event of SummerSlam.
Yeah, buckle up, everybody.
John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. We'll try to, and we know this is going long, we'll try not to ramble on too much, but there's a few different things I want to mention.
You got to hear it, y'all.
This is in contention, and I mean this seriously, for the best wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. Stop making fun of me. This match...
not the Jelly Roll one?
No, that was good. But that Jelly Roll would be one of the best matches on a regular night. But this was one of the best wrestling matches I have ever seen in my life. This is why I love wrestling.
Aw. Tell me.
Um, this
Tell me.
match had everything. Okay, this okay. I want to get.
Get your
I
feelings out. Tell
yeah. Well,
us.
there's I don't really know how to tackle this exactly,
Okay.
but I want to know after a year of watching wrestling, you've had a year under your belt, and you've been rewarded with an amazing payoff in every sense of the word. I want to know what you think of this match. Start anywhere you'd like. Just what your feelings are about this match.
Okay. Well, I said before, I it's hard for me to trust John Cena as a face. And for me, I think my John Cena that everybody else holds to is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the pure baby face to me. He is an angel.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing this match and a little like how does two baby faces go off in a main event, you know? I expect somebody to turn in the fight. And we see hints of it. I mean, John Cena plays pretty pure the whole time. He is, I mean, it's a street fight match, right? Street rules, whatever. They can do no disqualifications, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're pulling out all the punches. And Cody Rhodes sees opportunities and the like internal dilemmas that he has that we see visually on his face, and the crowd is like telling him do different things, and he's like, should I do it? And then he's like, can the ref check if John's okay?
Yeah, that was. I almost
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like check on. He's like
And
check
it's
on him.
I don't know. I had mixed emotions on it because I was like, no, I don't want to see Cody Rhodes do this. I don't want him to be a bad guy. But also I was like, stop being such a wimp. Like, do something. So it was good to watch, and my mouth was open the whole time. I was just like, because they keep kicking out, both of them. We're seeing finisher after finisher after finisher. You're telling me, you're calling out to me like, oh, this is it. And then it's like, it's not. They're kicking out. They get into the arena. They're in the stands. They get underneath the stage. And you think like, oh, maybe they're taking a break or something. But the lights kind of go out and they emerge from the elevator shaft. I don't know what it's called, like Taylor Swift era style, like emerge through the stage, and it's John Cena holding Cody Rhodes on his back, like Cody's dead, and Cody runs out back into the. I mean, I'm sorry, John runs out into the ring. They fight some more misses. So anyway, I'm sorry, that was more than just my initial thoughts, but yeah. So who wins? Tell them who wins.
Wait, we can't get to that yet.
Okay.
Okay, so uh, just to piggyback, like that was like the big moment of the match that it will be probably ingrained in my brain forever. John Cena emerging from Cody's like trap door that he entered, like that was part of his big entrance, and he's like carrying his body over his shoulders. The thing that it reminded me of that's making me laugh is that it reminded me of like when Tarzan is fighting the damn cheetah, or is it a cheetah? No, it's not a cheetah, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever cat he's fighting. And he's fighting, and then like everyone's like, oh, did he and all the gorillas are like watching, like, oh no, it was Tarzan, like dead? Is he hurt? And then he comes up and he's carrying like a dead body. And that's just it was the reason this match I think is an instant classic is for everything that is a part of pro wrestling that cannot be imitated in any other medium.
Yeah.
So John, like, there's no other medium that has a character with as much history and personal connection to an audience as John Cena.
Wow.
And if there is a long storied character, there usually isn't a replacement that is almost just as beloved as Cody Rhodes is.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing like the old and the new in a true passing of the torch moment, where
Yeah.
they use that passing of the torch. They throw that around a lot in sports, and it's never really been so perfectly portrayed as what happened in this match.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena, the face turn was true. He's back. He's the John Cena we all knew, and some of us loved, some of us got sick of and hated. But he's back, and it's awesome. The crowd is so behind him and so hyped that it becomes part of the match. The crowd react like John is playing into the crowds, giving
Yeah.
us little winks the whole time as we're watching this. Like, remember this? And it's such a good payoff because seeing him wrestle as a heel, he wasn't able to do these same things. Like all of the cool moves and the big bumps, like a heel can't do that because we'll cheer for him.
Yeah.
So he's been holding back. His matches have mostly been pretty boring and slow and short, right?
Yeah.
But now we're finally getting like, this is what we wanted from the John Cena, retirement tour. We want to see him put his ass on the line and do all this crazy stuff. We want to see a guy fighting like this is his last match,
Yeah.
and he did. He took crazy bumps for a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
He went back first into a barricade. He went through a table.
Yeah, that's crazy.
His stamina and his cardio was crazy. I thought he was washed, like his matches were so slow and deliberate. It's like, yeah, he's a 50-year-old man. He can't do the things he used to do. But he can. Like, it was just part of the story. And it's such a satisfying payoff. Finally, again, seeing this character that we knew that was tempted to the dark side, but now he's come back around and he's on the light side again,
Yeah.
It's just like,
And then that happens, and then I want him to win, but I also don't want Cody Rhodes to lose,
yeah.
So I was like, I can't, I don't know who to cheer for, right?
And there's all the false finishes and, oh, triple crossroads. Here's the end. Nope. John kicks out. Super attitude adjustment off of the top rope. This is the end. Yeah, Cody kicks out.
Yeah.
It was just crazy, and it didn't feel like gimmicky. It didn't feel cheap. It was awesome. I don't know any other word for it. It was like, oh, we were live streaming on TikTok during this match.
Follow us on TikTok, guys.
And we were like, oh my God. Like, we were just like, yeah, we were losing our minds, totally marking out. It was crazy. I love the fight in the crowd. I love Super Cody and Super Cena kicking out of everything. I love Cody's conflict of like, every time he hits Cena with something hard, he's like telling the ref, like, can you please check on him? Cody on the brink of tears the whole match. That felt like, he was in character. But then when Cody Rhodes finally wins the match and wins back his Universal Championship, he's crying for real again. And it was emotional to see. It almost made me emotional because it's
Sorry.
This one, usually, when a guy wins his second championship, it's not this emotional. It's like the first one was emotional when he beat Roman Reigns at Mania and his mom came in the ring and everybody came to congratulate him. You watched that before you were into wrestling. That's usually the emotional one. Everything else is like, okay, it's part of the character. But you really felt like it was a guy who really felt like he was like retiring and putting down his mentor.
Right.
It clearly felt different from Cody. It felt different for Cody, like the man, to win this championship from John Cena.
Yeah.
It really felt important to him and special to him and sad but happy at the same time. And I felt that as an audience member watching.
Yeah. I guess I don't want to be sad. That's why I didn't take that on personally. But yeah, I get that. Until
So so Cody leaves the ring and lets John have his moment in the ring with the fans.
yeah,
And it feels like it's just like a goodbye, but it also feels kind of weird. We mentioned, like, this isn't his last match. He still has a few more matches left.
right. And so
So,
I'm like telling you, like, who is he gonna fight now?
like, he's a good guy
He's
now.
a
Like,
good
he
guy.
doesn't have the
Who are
belt
the
anymore.
who are the bad guys right now that could compete against someone like John Cena?
Yeah, there's no, like, legend. There's no, like, there's nobody left from, like, his greatest hits.
Yeah.
Like, there's no more there's no more Triple H.
And you're like, Gunther? Yeah, like,
yeah, like, Kitty Fight,
maybe.
like, there's no more Edge, like CM Punk, like, there's no more Batista, there's no more of these guys. I guess he could fight Gunther, I guess he could, and then you hear Brock Lesnar's music.
Mm-hmm.
The Beast Incarnate,
That's what they call him?
yeah, is back. Michael Cole loses his mind and says, "Holy shit, it's Brock Lesnar." It seems like this was a surprise to everybody, a surprise to me. Brock Lesnar, due to real life issues and controversies and an ongoing lawsuit, looked like he was just written off of WWE TV, the same way Vince McMahon was.
Oh, shoot.
Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar being directly involved in the same lawsuit. So it looks like, well, they're not going to bring Brock back. But Brock is back. He walks to the ring. He's still Cowboy Brock. like he was the last time we saw him when he was feuding against Cody, whatever, over a year ago. We never watched that. We started watching after that was over. But Brock Lesnar's back. He gets in the ring and F5's John Cena. And
F5?
yeah, his F5 is his finisher move, which is the attitude adjustment, John Cena's move. It was originally called the FU, which was a joke based off of Brock Lesnar's F5. So these guys are kind of like, in a weird way, directly. They've wrestled each other many times. When Brock Lesnar came back from the UFC after his first hiatus from WWE, the first guy he fought was John Cena. He shockingly beat John Cena to develop his character more. This is the guy from John Cena's past that we're going to see him fight now. And it feels like he's fighting one of his old demons. And it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think Brock Lesnar, you just didn't see it as a possibility. And this is how they top night one. We're like, what is the shocker of night two? Like, it was just it was just a regular match. So what is the shocker?
Yeah.
We were waiting for a shocker all night, and this was it. They didn't, it wasn't a letdown. It's a shock. I don't know how I feel about it directly. I don't feel about it exactly yet. I just didn't see it as something that could happen.
Yeah.
But it looks like this is what they're going with. And yeah,
it's a decision they've made.
And it's just crazy. The comments they've made about it so far is like, they said that, like, Brock talked to Nick Khan and the president of the president of WWE and the president of TKO, and they just decided it's time for Brock to come back, and that's what they're going with to explain Brock's return.
Yeah.
And that's it. This is what John Cena has to look forward to for his next feud in his retirement tour. We have 4 months left of Cena.
Yeah. Yeah, it did get me excited. I was like, okay, there's bad guys to be beat.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they'll bring back more, Like, I like that this, I don't know what to call it. Like, you bring back some of the legends and then you bring back some of the bad guy legends to get beat.
Yeah, there's a question of, is John gonna like face like younger talent and like elevate them, put them over, lose to a bunch of younger guys? And it looks like the answer is no. He's going through his greatest hits, which I prefer, my personal preference. Yeah. I know a lot of wrestling fans are like, always new. Everybody old should always lose, and the young people should always beat old guys.
Really?
That's this whole thing with Kerry and Carl. and this whole thing with people want Braun Breaker to be the champion immediately for some reason, and that's not what I like personally. I guess maybe because I'm old, so I like seeing the old guys win.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I like seeing John go through his greatest hits. Brock Lesnar wasn't my first choice, but if we're really talking about John Cena's career and hitting all these marks, you can't pretend that Brock Lesnar isn't a big part of that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess I'll be learning more about Brock Lesnar to decide how we feel about it, or just like what social media tells us in the coming
So
weeks
yeah.
that he'll be
Mhm.
on something.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I know this has been a journey of us going through SummerSlam. I do just want to touch on Raw really quickly. Anything else about SummerSlam?
No.
Okay. We really laid
Great
out all the
show.
details there. Great show. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that. Okay, what happened on Raw? We see Sheamus and Rusev. My opinion on that is I love Sheamus. Rusev, not the biggest fan. They're just like keep beating each other up throughout the whole episode.
Yeah.
Cool, great.
It spills over into Sammy. Do you have that there, or should we talk about it later?
I don't actually.
It spills over later into like Sammy's getting an interview and they
Yeah.
accidentally run into him, and then so they have a match and then they keep fighting throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah. So Sammy will be involved with that sometime next week. Penta versus Grayson Waller. I'm not sure I even remember that happening.
It happened, and
Oh,
who
is that
cares?
when A New Day was commenting?
Yeah, because Grayson Waller's trying to join New Day.
Yeah, and what's his name has like that giant hat on.
Yeah, funny thing about that, I saw today on X that
Twitter?
so yeah, formerly known as Twitter. That hat, it's like from a Tekken character, and then the creator of Tekken was like, "That's so cool! I had no idea they were gonna do it. I wish I could have watched it. That's awesome."
What is Tekken?
It's a fighting video game like Street Fighter.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll look that up later. Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like New Day. I don't know what they're doing right now. They're just there. They could have been in that tag team match.
Yeah, they could. So to go off of like that 6-man. So those were all the SmackDown tag teams.
Oh, okay.
And the whole in the Raw tag division is non-existent.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why New Day has nothing to do. There's nobody to fight.
Sure. Well, I'm glad they're sticking around. We have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defending their title already.
Yeah, it's just a rematch. The rematch from the previous night.
Yeah,
or from Saturday.
Against Roxanne and Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Becky Lynch. So I was asking, I was like, Becky feels like an imaginary friend. Like I've never seen her interact with anybody else besides Bailey and Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, does she exist in the rest of the WWE universe?
Yeah, there is no mid card in on Raw for her to fight.
Yeah.
Like, who is she gonna like? And Becky is also like a legend in her own right? Like, a lot of people feel like Becky is maybe the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Really?
This is something that's going around. You know, she is on that level of Io and Rhea, but it's just not her time to be in that picture right now. She's doing the Intercontinental thing.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
Who else is there for her to fight?
Mm-hmm.
And sort of similar answer as with who's John Cena going to fight. It's not anybody that you're expecting.
Yeah.
So what do you hear other than "you can look but you can't touch"? Iconic music.
Yeah.
And Nikki comes out, does her little hip dance, and marches to the ring. And they pop off in a really funny exchange.
Yeah. Yeah. Punches were thrown, not literal punches, but just attacks of relationships. And I don't know what the funniest thing so Becky saying, "Don't talk about my hot husband."
Yeah, because Nikki says, you know what, Becky, you're a liar, just like your husband.
Yeah.
And she goes, don't talk about me and my hot husband.
Yeah, I love that. So Becky is kind of giving Donald Trump stuff. Like
Yeah.
she's saying things like in that kind of
Yeah.
tone.
She's
And
like,
then she's like, Sports Illustrated said it. I'm one of the best of all time.
Sports Illustrated.
Look it up.
Sports Illustrated said it. Other people are saying it. Yeah, she's talking just like Trump. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's really good. And it goes with her name, the man.
Yeah, I think this is why she got like, super over and super popular organically. It's just like it's this energy and this attitude that she brings. Like she's not one to just go in there and like, and they give her a script and she just kind of like hits her, points and then she moves on for the storylines. Like, no, like if you put her out there, she's doing something. She's bringing it to a 10, and you have to go to a 10 with her or else you're gonna get steamrolled.
Yeah, and Nikki kind of did.
I love that.
Nikki can take it though.
Yeah.
She knows. Becky rolled out the John Cena thing. You can't see him anymore because
she's like, where's your hot husband? Oh wait, you can't see him.
Yeah. He wasn't her husband, right? They didn't get married.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what she said, but it was kind of like, she was clapping back by bringing up John Cena, and the crowd went crazy. The crowd started a holy shit chant for just a line in a promo. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, but Nikki can take it.
Yeah, Nikki's not. She was like laughing. She was like, she's
like, that's true.
She even did a pause for like for the crowd to get involved.
Yeah.
Nikki's a pro. Nikki's been through some actual shit in her life. It's not gonna. And people, I don't think this is fair, but people online, were praising Nikki, like by saying like, she was being a good sport and she went along with it, but also being not fair and shitting on Charlotte at the same time for not being able to take Tiffy's line about her failed marriages.
Oh,
that's like both times they did bring up, but I think probably I think Becky and Nikki like are cool, like they're on good. So I don't think she would have said that if she didn't know that Nikki would be okay with it.
Yeah.
The Charlotte thing, like Tiffany, like Charlotte did not know Tiffany was going to say that about her.
Yeah, I would move on from that. I think that is mean.
Yeah.
But
well, like,
they're different people.
It's different things.
Different relationships.
Yeah, so it's just funny.
Sensitivity.
Yeah, and Nikki, this is good. I think I don't know who I wanted Nikki to fight. I think she was obviously going to fight Liv until Liv got hurt for real. But I think her fighting Becky makes a lot of sense. This is Nikki is. Maybe you could say whether she's earned it or not, but she is in that legend status. I don't want to see Nikki come on if she's going to be doing like a fight like Michin. I mean, I love Michin, but like I don't. Who cares?
We need more Michin. Though.
You want to see her fight like top people.
Yeah.
So that looks like it's going to be a thing.
That'll be good. I'm really excited for that. Both good. Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee.
Yeah. I forget why this is happening. I mean, there's this thing with like luchadors that Dominic keeps saying he's like the best luchador ever.
Yeah.
And luchadors don't like that.
Yeah. But we do have a pretty cool 3 El Grande Americanos coming out all at the same time to interfere.
Yeah. El Grande Americanos. The El Grande Americanos hate the luchadors. The luchadors hate the Grande Americanos. And I love this multiple El Grande Americano storyline. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait for them all to like fight each other.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. More to come on that, hopefully. So we also have Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. And LA looks really good. He should be up there. He should be fighting for I don't think I've ever seen him win, right?
he's won
win a title.
Before.
He's won matches, but
he was the United States champion a couple times when we've been watching.
I think it was before we started watching SmackDown because we were watching only Raw for a while.
Yeah, I think when we started watching, he had it, and then he lost it to Nakamura, and then he won it back from Nakamura, and then he lost it to Fatu. But like, yeah, he's never been in the title contention. Like, he's never been like, main event guy.
Yeah.
People love him like he is one.
I love him. I have a crush on him. Just kidding. Well, I love him, and I love that he hates Seth. Also.
Yeah, anybody that fights Seth is okay in your book.
Yeah. But so what happens? How does Seth end up winning again?
Seth doesn't win, but he has LA Knight on the
disqualification.
He has LA Knight at ringside on the outside, and then he pulls off the mats because he wants to pedigree LA Knight onto the bare concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And CM Punk stops him before he can get there.
Yeah.
So I guess Seth. So CM Punk hits Seth. So Seth wins.
Yeah.
Because he's attacked. It's disqualification.
Yeah. Roman Reigns comes in too.
Yeah, so they get the upper hand on CM Punk. They beat up CM Punk. So then Roman Reigns comes up because he hasn't forgotten the betrayal of, by Seth, orchestrated by Seth and Paul Heyman. And then Roman Reigns gets beat up. And then, so Seth's team ends the night on top. They take his shoes again. They steal his Jordans again. So, yeah, this is going to be a mix of, I don't really know who's going to fight here. I guess we'll have to learn more. This isn't very clear what the actual feud is. Mm-hmm. Are all of them involved? Is LA Knight just going to go back to SmackDown and forget this ever happened? Is CM Punk going to fight Seth? Is Roman Reigns going to fight Seth? What is this going to be?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here to watch.
Yeah, and also, there was, I don't think this was on the show, but I saw a little clip of, LA Knight and CM Punk were, bickering on the walk backstage.
Oh, no.
Because LA Knight's you cost me the match.
Yeah, well.
It's he was going to kill you by slamming your head on the concrete, so he kind of helped you, but also LA Knight. People keep interfering in all of LA Knight's matches.
That's true. Poor LA.
Let the man fight.
Yeah. Anyway. Not anyway, but that's it. That's all of the wrestling we've watched in the past 5 days.
Yeah. I'm happy to watch it with you.
Yeah, me too. It's been great. It's been a great year for me in my wrestling
it's been
anniversary.
The best year of my life, I think.
No. Well, yeah,
no.
Maybe. It's kidding. In terms it's been a good one. It's been a great year of being a wrestling fan. I've learned a lot. Maybe I'll write a blog or something about it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, now that we're here at the podcast, it's the next level of my adoration for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And follow us here on YouTube and on Spotify, correct?
Yeah, Apple Music.
Apple Podcasts. We are making TikToks now. We have some reels going also on Instagram.
Everything will be linked in the description box.
Yeah. I know this is a longer episode, but this has been a lot of matches to get through.
Yeah, it's 2 plus
thanks for sticking
3
around.
plus 3, it's 10 hours of wrestling TV.
Yeah.
That we're talking about.
Yeah. Which has been worth it.
Yeah. So we summed it up in an hour 48.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Hopefully this helps you understand what happened this past weekend. If you have any questions, please comment them. We still need to talk about some wrestling 101 terminology and lingo to record. And I think also we discussed posting history of some wrestlers or history of some feuds. Because we were talking about the Eddie Guerrero and some of these things that make up the framework of what wrestling looks like today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, more stuff to come from us. Expect more updates next week. And anything else?
That's it. Love ya.
Love ya. Thanks for watching.
Punch it.